Welcome back. The National Assembly is wrapping its business for the 2012 parliamentary session, and yesterday ministers in the social services cluster took their last round of questions for oral reply. The first question on the order paper was asked by Ms. Annette Lovemore of the DA to the Minister of Basic Education, Angel Motshekga. She wanted to know whether potential educators, non-teaching school staff and any other persons who might be unsupervised whilst interacting with learners will be screened for convictions of any crimes related to sexual misconduct or if any disciplinary action related to sexual misconduct before their appointment was made.
Indeed, all educators, non-teaching school staff or any other person who will be unsupervised while interacting with learners, they are screened for convictions of any crime, including crime related to sexual misconduct and any disciplinary action related to sexual misconduct for their appointment. The second part of the question, the reply is, Speaker, that taking cognizance the provision of Section 120C of the Children's Act 38 of 2005, that I quote, a finding that a person is suitable to work with children may be made by any forum established or recognized by law in any ordinary proceedings concerning the conduct of that person relating to a child. So my department, Speaker, is working closely with SAIS, since it is the responsible body dealing with cases of misconduct of educators. SAIS has developed a register of educators who were found guilty of sexual misconduct, which the various provincial departments use to screen potential educators who they employ. Further, the Department of Justice and Constitutional Development has also developed a register which they call the Child Protection and Sexual Offences Register for sexual offenders, irrespective of whether they are educators or not, and only the names of educators who have been convicted in a court of law appear in this register.
Minister, in 2010, the South African Council for Educators, or SAIS, received 96 complaints against educators related to sexual abuse of learners. 4 of these cases have still not been finalized. In 2011, 111 complaints related to sexual abuse, 15 complaints on impregnation of learners. 37 cases are still to be finalized. Up to August this year, 36 complaints related to sexual abuse and 6 on impregnation of learners have been received by SAIS. Only 7 of these cases have been dealt with. Minister, exactly what will you do to ensure that cases reported to SAIS are investigated and dealt with immediately, and that no learner has to endure the trauma of facing his or her sexual abuser at school every day for up to 2 years?
I think the member will be aware that it is not all those that have been convicted who commit repeated crimes. So to quote new statistics of 39, it could be new cases that I mentioned. So to say 9 has not been resolved, 36 fall pregnant, doesn't mean that the 9 that has not been resolved is responsible for the 36 pregnant. The question was whether, do we have a register? We say yes, we have a register. And if there is a sense or an indication that we should fast track those cases, I don't think it's a big deal, but I don't think we can relate the new pregnancies to the unresolved cases. They're unrelated, because it's not necessarily the same people.
Well, that's all we have time for today. Our time is up. Do join us again tomorrow morning for our final edition of A View from the House for the 2012 parliamentary sitting. You enjoy the rest of your day. Goodbye.